Finder. Speech off.
Okay, here I am, candidate for Nebraska City Mayor Timothy Morgan, visiting with my wife, Jill Morgan, who has been my wife for 28 years. We actually went to the School for the Visually Handicapped in Nebraska City, located 10th Street, 10th Avenue, which is a historical monument or place to me and to her, I believe.
Yes, that's correct.
There is more history in underneath that roof of that school that people don't even know about. And I encourage people to go to the library and check it out. But Joe was a dorm student, I was a town student. But while we were going to the school, we started to learn about the history of the school. And we learned that the school started out as a one-bedroom school, and then I believe on 16th Street, and then we had a farmhouse out on G Road with a pond where the kids go fishing.
Yeah.
And anyway, then behind the school was the old boys' gym from the original school. There was the garages where they housed the track and field equipment and the vehicles for transporting the students from home and back, or to the airports or wherever, buses. Now, they had the playground, but underneath the playground was a tunnel nobody could get to, but there was, I believe I heard braille writers and stuff like that underneath there. But before it was collapsed to make it safe for everybody, I believe it was cleaned out and put in some of the stuff in the reception room for visitors to view, if I remember right.
Yes.
Now, some of the things that as a history of that school that has come to my mind was our founder of the school, who was the founder?
Samuel Bacon.
Who was sighted?
No, a blind man.
Right. There was 3 sisters. They were called, I think, 2 or 3 sisters, the Campbell sisters, from out western part of Nebraska. That they were the first students to attend Nebraska School for the Visually Handicapped. At that time, it was the Institute for the Blind. And their mascot was, I believe, the Blue Devils. In 1970, the building which is now the school resides in had dorms and the kitchen in the classrooms. And it was heated by a boiler. Now, the whole time we were going to the school was very, very special to us because we started out in public school and struggled. But then when we started the state school, we found out there was a lot they can offer us, education-wise. So, when you went to the school, from the school now, the way it is now, and the school when you first went there, what was some of the things that are stick out in your mind that is marks the historical part of it?
Well, like for instance, there was a bowling alley in the school.
Right.
And I really enjoyed the bowling alley because in the evenings I'd go to bowling league with my dorm mates and I'd bowl with them, and occasionally I'd go back to the far back of the bowling alley and set the pins because there were pin sitters back there, and you had to set up the pins in the pin sitter, and then after you did that, you'd have to pull the string and the pins should come down properly.
And then you had the ramp to return the ball.
Yes, and then you put the ball on the ramp,